study hard, keep a high GPA. In law school admissions, there are two factors. Taking a lot of prep tests. Goodbye, NYUAD. You're watching Maggie Ann's channel. Hi, my name is Tokhyun David Kim, and I graduated from NYUAD with the class of 2020. I am from South Korea, and I majored in philosophy. The most phenomenal years of my life, being surrounded by amazing peers from all over the world, getting to see the world, traveling to 22 countries over the span of 4 years, having excellent education, all funded by the generosity of the UAE, and having the best time of my life. Future plans for now, I am unemployed, but I will be going to Harvard Law School starting next fall. I always knew that I wanted to go to law school, so I went into undergrad with that plan in mind. Yeah, especially after studying philosophy, law school felt like the logical next step. Yeah, for sure. So I think most importantly was the education that I received at NYUAD. Studying philosophy in particular really helped me both in preparing for the LSAT and I think getting prepared for a career in law. Also having phenomenal mentors that I could have access to who wrote me great letters of recommendation, gave me a lot of help in editing my personal statement, and also gave me a lot of guidance and counseling while I was choosing which law school to apply to and which law school to eventually attend. So NYUAD provided a unmatched support network that enabled me to go to Harvard Law. I think the most tangible example I have is the test prep funding I received from the Career Development Center. So to get into law school, you need to take the LSAT, the law school admissions test, which is quite difficult and quite expensive to study for. Like tutoring programs cost quite a lot, but then NYUAD has a system set in place where students could apply and potentially receive either private tutoring or test preparation classes that could help you prepare for tests like the LSAT or the MCAT or the GRE. I received the LSAT test funding and was fortunate enough to study without financially burdening my family. I think extracurriculars, so I was the president of debate and I was the president of the Law Society. Especially with debate, I had a lot of fun. Also, Maggie was part of our e-board in our Law Society. She was an integral member of the team. And she also dabbled in debate a little bit. I tried to recruit her as one of the promising young talents, but she ran away. Yeah, the debate and the Law Society were both a lot of fun. I think in all honesty, in law school admissions, there are two factors. So there are hard factors and there are soft factors. And hard factors refer to things that can be strictly measured, i.e. your LSAT score and your GPA. And I had a high LSAT score and GPA, which put me as a competitive applicant for schools like Harvard Law. And I think I had enough soft factors such as my extracurricular commitments and a compelling narrative that leads me to law that got me accepted. Upon applying to Harvard Law or any law school, I would say your hard factors matter a lot. Even if you have very strong CV or even if you have a very strong compelling narrative, if you have a very low GPA and a very low LSAT score, it'll be quite difficult to get accepted into law schools because they have certain standards they need to hold up to. Therefore, I would say focus a lot if you're still in school on maintaining a high GPA and study a lot for the LSAT. Tips on preparing for the LSAT. Broadly speaking, there are two phases for preparing for the LSAT. So the first phase is you just have to learn the concepts. When you're studying for something like the logic games where it's quite different from problems you solve in normal life. You just have to learn how to do things like diagramming, translating the rules, drawing the base picture. And these things just take time for you to learn. And also when you're doing things like logical reasoning, you have to know how to translate the language of the LSAT into formal logic. So it takes a couple months, I think, to learn that. And during that process, resources like private tutoring or taking online classes could be beneficial. But this is also doable while you're self-studying. And the second phase is taking a lot of prep tests. Twofold. One is LSAT is a very challenging test, a very learnable test. If you put in the effort, you can do well, but it's also, you have to put in a lot of effort. So studying for the LSAT was admittedly challenging, and I think the pressure to maintain a high GPA throughout college. Study hard, keep a high GPA, study hard for the LSAT. try to make connections with your professors, and genuine connections, because they can be very helpful in writing you letters of recommendation and giving you helpful advice. In 10 years' time, I see myself probably still in debt from law school, but practicing law in the United States, hopefully, inshallah. We'll see. I love you, NYUAD. You're the greatest thing that's happened to my life. I miss the community a lot. I miss the professors a lot, my friends, and I hope that we continue to grow. Please like, subscribe, and comment.